Power and knowledge lie at the heart of Rear Window. It's easy to hold power over someone if you know something they don't. It's equally as easy to do this if you can see their every move. But what if that power balance shifts?
Tom, I think Thorwald's left. I don't... Hello?
This right here shows the moment L.B. Jeffries loses his power. Let's go back to the beginning. Jeffries is a photographer who was recently injured on assignment, and as a result, he's housebound. From his time stuck in his apartment, Jeffries begins to observe his neighbours, evaluating their daily routines, critiquing their actions, and even coming up with pet names for them. It becomes an obsession that is only exasperated by his neighbour, Lars Thorwald, presumably killing his wife. Jeffries becomes obsessed with Thorwald. He meticulously watches his comings and goings, as well as analysing the contents of his apartment. Jeffries enlists the help of Lisa, Stella, and his old war buddy, Lieutenant Doyle, and their investigation culminates when Lisa breaks into Thorwald's apartment in order to find his wife's wedding ring. Thorwald returns before Lisa has the chance to escape, and the two struggle, leading to the police taking Lisa away. But during the commotion, Thorwald finally realises he's being watched, which brings us to the climax of the film. The scene where the power shifts from Jeffries to Thorwald. Jeffries' realisation that he's no longer in control of the situation is expertly told by Hitchcock through technical elements and Jimmy Stewart's performance. What plays a major role in bringing the viewer into this world is the fact that the film has no traditional music score. The music is all diegetic. It's all in-world. It's the music that echoes through the apartments from its songwriter and Miss Torso's radio, as well as the bustle from the street that is also constantly present. You feel as though you're present in this world just as much as Jeffries and the other characters. But when Jeffries answers the phone, we're met with silence.
Hello?
For the first time in the film, there's silence. And with that comes fear. A fear of the unknown, and a fear of isolation. By removing the sound from outside the apartment, they are effectively isolating the viewer in this location, mirroring Jeffries' predicament. With the audience solely focused on the apartment, the door slamming down the hallway feels all the more impactful. This sound is meticulously thought about by Hitchcock and his crew, to keep the audience on the edge of their seat throughout the entirety of this scene. It's only elevated by the footsteps that slowly creep closer and closer. They highlight the panic and fear that Jeffries is feeling. With each step, he loses more and more power in this situation. The camera even begins to do this too, in the way that it depicts Jeffries. Throughout the film, we see Jeffries from either mid or low angles, but as Thorwald is approaching, we see him from a high angle. Jeffries has gone from a man with situational power to a crippled man in a fight. Both Jeffries and the audience know that he can't win this fight. Although Jeffries is former military, Thorwald has a bigger build, and besides that, we have no idea of his background. Part of the mystique of Rear Window's ending has to be the dichotomy between Jeffries and Thorwald. The film repeatedly plays with the morality of these two characters. Jeffries thinks himself righteous as he passes judgment on his neighbours, but he's repeatedly reminded by his peers that he shouldn't be doing it. They challenge his ethics, which keeps you as a viewer questioning if he's right or not. Once again, he doesn't feel like the archetypal hero in the climax of the film. When Thorwald is pleading with Jeffries, he stays silent, still toying with him and still clinging on to what little power he has left. It's a stubbornness that Jeffries has shown throughout. He seems pretty pessimistic about other people, typecasting his neighbours by giving them nicknames, and not entertaining a relationship with Lisa, as he fears she will domesticate him.
I can't fit in here, you can't fit in there. I mean, according to you, people should be born, live and die on the same spot.
Shut up!
It's Jeffries once again not wanting to compromise his power and show vulnerability, as he believes that if he does get into a relationship with her, he will lose his freedom. He pushes his insecurities onto her by suggesting that she is perfect and that people can't change. This is an argument that Lisa quickly dispels, as once she believes Jeffries, she is willing to take risks. It's Lisa that drops the note off, as well as breaks into Thorwald's apartment. She's the hero, and by this notion, Jeffries only begins to lighten up on Lisa once she has proven she is not the archetypal pampered rich girl. Even his neighbours prove him wrong. They are more than they appear, through Miss Torso being in a long-term relationship with a soldier, and Miss Lonelyheart finding a connection with the songwriter through his music. Both of these points show that Jeffries isn't an archetypal hero, nor is he an expert on the human psyche. Alternatively, when we are first introduced to Thorwald, you could almost feel sorry for him.
Oh, why don't you shut up?
He's constantly demeaned and berated by his wife, who he seemingly waits on. It's a loveless marriage that we only get a quick glimpse into. This is also seen in what he says to Jeffries.
What do you want from me? Your friend, the girl, could have turned me in. Why didn't she? Say something. Tell me what you want.
Thorwald is desperate and is looking for any way to reason with him. But for all we know, Thorwald may just be toying with Jeffries before eventually attempting to kill him. He was meticulous with the killing and disposing of his wife. Additionally, he was calculating when it came to the killing of his neighbour's nosy dog. It's the killing of the dog and his muted reaction to the owner's tears afterwards that paint Thorwald out to be a cold man. There's something sinister about this shot of him. You don't know how he's feeling, and that lack of knowledge once again creates that discomfort. Both of these men are not archetypal heroes and villains. There's shades of grey in their character, which is represented visually in this scene through its lighting. Both men are concealed in shadow. Only their features are illuminated. For one, this highlights their moral ambiguity, as Thorwald more than Jeffries make bad choices throughout the film. You don't see Jeffries as an archetypal hero, as it's Lisa and Stella that do the metaphorical heavy lifting for him, due to his leg. And on the other end of this, you do see Thorwald in a sympathetic light. Additionally, the lack of light gives more impact to Jeffries' flashbulbs, and gives a reason to slowing Thorwald down before he's able to attack him. Through the performances, sound, lighting, and camera direction, Hitchcock is able to craft a scene that holds the viewer's attention, and help challenge the stereotypical hero and villain dynamics that he is famous for. The scene was so innovative that it has been replicated time and time again through cinema. Take Brian De Palma's Jake in Body Double, who suffers from crippling claustrophobia, the overwhelming odds that Meg and her daughter face against the home invaders in Panic Room, and the ankle monitor that keeps Cale confined to his home in Disturbia. All of these play on recreating the tension that is built up in the climactic moments of Rear Window. Ultimately though, the ending is one part of a bigger puzzle. Rear Window has become fundamental to cinematic language. It's Peeping Tom. It's the conversation. It's blow up. It's blow out. Hell, it's the found footage genre as a whole. Rear Window questions our morality just as much as Jeffries, as we are watching him, watching them, and in turn, it gives us the consequences of voyeurism. But we as an audience and a society keep coming back to this through live streams and reality TV. We are in search of the intimate unknown, but what this film has already shown us is that we will never find it. We will never understand these people, and we will never have that elusive power and knowledge over them. Rear Window acts as a warning that just like Jeffries, we have not and potentially will never heed. Thank you so much for watching. I've wanted to make a video about Rear Window for years now, as it's genuinely my favourite film, and it's mainly because of that tension that's built up in the climax of it. But yeah, please like and subscribe. See ya!